The first thing, before we get into any of the actual news, it is newsworthy in itself that communication is happening from the developers, because that is not normally how things have been. And we certainly do need more than we're getting right now, but they are making a good start. So just wanted to highlight, again, we have another one of these World of Warcraft news and update, or news and development update. Yeah, it's basically just that they are collating all the things that have happened in the week, and then they are posting them, which is good. Because it's just they clearly are relying on Wowhead and community and content people to sort of get the information out about their own game. So it's just nice to see them actually doing some work here. So it's not like there's the most to talk about ever. We'll go through these subjects ourselves. But again, some more communication happening. That is definitely good. I think we do need more, and I think we do need more that puts more of a face to the development team soon.
That's one thing that I don't mind it too much at the minute, but it is very much where this faceless amalgamation of people, as opposed to the more the more generic, or the more stuff we're used to in terms of, hey, look, I'm a community manager, you know me by name, I'm more of a person. Whereas this is a little bit impersonal in a sense, and I can completely understand that from the idea of, because as an example, I think if a single person with a name threw up this creative evolution update, I feel like they would be under substantial amounts of fire from people. So having I can understand needing a smokescreen to protect individuals, but it does just feel a little bit like, is this really the world we're living in, that we can't just have someone go, oh yeah, here's what's happening?
Yeah, no, I think that, and even for 9.1.5, things would have went better for them if they kind of announced that via something that was a video. Maybe brought back some of those Q&As with Ian. I think those are things that are sorely lacking. I think when they do that, they should probably try to examine why the Q&As with Ian generally ended up not really being that liked by people, and Sir Jerry getting dislike bombed and stuff. They should definitely sort out why that was. I think it's generally quite obvious. So they should work out that bit, but they should certainly bring those things back and start to do more of that content. It's important for people to feel like I don't mean know as in, I know the WoW devs as people, but know them as devs. Yeah. Where, I think about RuneScape, is it mod that they use as the prefix? Yeah. In RuneScape. And there's so many games like that. I remember when I used to play Smite. There was, a fair amount, you'd see the same faces. Smite actually did a really, really pretty good job with their Twitch. I remember, where they had a lot of content there, they had community people on there, they just did a good job. So these are all things that Blizzard really needs to do for World of Warcraft, because right now, they're kind of, it's basically the Blizzard thing, because they've been the, I was going to say 500-pound gorilla. I don't really know what poundage is big for a gorilla, but
I think 500 is big.
Okay, good, right. I suppose no, a 1-ton gorilla would be a bit crazy. But it's like they've been so used to, just being the big, powerful motherfucker in the room, that they kind of basically soft power didn't matter to Blizzard because they had hard power. And in this, sort of analogy, right, soft power is your relationships with the community, your relationships with fan sites, and I guess sort of community people. All of that player-facing stuff where it's like you can kind of mess up in the game design, but because you've got really strong soft power with your community, they're willing to work with you through that and get you to a better stage. Whereas Blizzard for the longest time have really put no effort into any of that, and they've just focused on making the game, putting out the patches, and generally they've done that to great success. But now they're at a stage where their hard power is waning. They haven't built up years and years and years of soft power with the community, which just means that it's far more of an uphill battle than it really should be if those soft power investments and community investments had to be made in the past.
Yeah, I mean, because generally speaking, the thing I keep in mind in terms of how I think about it is how they've just completely and utterly lost the narrative as far as the actual game's concerned. Where if you have soft power, you can kind of go, hey, this is, we're doing our best, blah, 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 blah. There's good faith, there's a decent bit of faith here, and that'll keep, people from running out of control with, like we saw earlier with mainstream media outlets, the mainstream gaming media, having articles and headlines that were just, oh dear, an investor's going to see that and ask questions. which I think may have contributed to them actually having to shake things up internally. At least I think so anyway.
Yeah.
But it's that soft power, it's that loss of narrative. That's something actually someone in the chat asked earlier about. Did we see the Genshin Impact anniversary stuff?
Oh boy.
Yeah, so we talked about that today for a video that'll be going up on the news channel over the next couple of days.
Yeah.
I believe. So we do have coverage on that coming out, but that was effectively a complete shit show. But the same idea of they used to communicate really well. They stopped communicating very well. Mirrors a lot of what we see with Blizzard, a lot of what we see with World of Warcraft, just on a much, much tighter scale. And it's the same idea of they let that soft power go, they lost the narrative, and now it's all just, the player base and the community are running out of control.
Yeah.
Saying whatever they want, and we have no way of coming back for it.
Yeah, so it's something for developers who make live games to really think about. It's good to see there's things happening here, that they're making a start, so hopefully that continues and gets better.